Welcome to Uriah Heep, the Magician's Podcast. I'll be covering every studio song the band has recorded and every bonus track that I can find. Each week we'll go over a new song from the beginning to where they are currently, and as they keep adding albums, I'll keep adding shows. Let the deep dive party begin.
In the magic garden, some were singing, some were dancing.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Uriah Heep, the Magician's Podcast. I am your host, Scott Haskin, and happy Friday, you guys. You have almost made it through the week. Congratulations. It seems like some weeks are really difficult to do that. They just drag on. Other weeks fly right by. You just never know what you're going to get these days. I guess that's kind of part of the excitement, or not. Totally up to you. Anyway, we're here to cover one more song this week from the Totally Driven CD, re-recordings made by the band of their songs throughout their history. And today we're talking about a song from Return to Fantasy. This one is called Why Did You Go? I originally reviewed this one back on March 30th of 2021, and not one, but two versions of it. Today we're going to get into the re-recording. Let's hear what it's all about.
I woke up today with my head in a daze, 'cause my love had gone. With nothing to do, just to dream about you and how we went wrong.
It is so incredibly rare that we get to hear Bernie isolated and not a huge amount of reverb, not a strong delay or anything, just some very subtle effects. So we really get as much of the natural presence of him as we can. And I have to say, I'm a fan of that. I would like to hear a little bit more, to be honest.
Why did you go? I loved you so. Didn't you know? I walked into town with my head.
Well, this is really nice, gentle, kind of going back to what we heard earlier in the season with one song, just almost that pop country feel to it. Definitely a song that I feel like putting in the car, rolling down the window, and just driving down a country road. I have no idea who's playing the steel guitar. None at all. I would imagine that would be Mick, but I really don't know. Either way, though, it sounds good. The blend of instruments is really nice. I love the acoustic, backing everything up, just that gentle strumming that this band is known for. I've always loved that. And I've said before, it's the kind of thing that makes me wish I could play guitar. I've tried so many times, but, I'm more of a bass player. I think I like those wider strings with more distance in between them. Guitar, it's just such a tight little area for me. And I don't have that big of hands, so I don't know how these guys do it. But not meant for me. I'm not meant to be a guitar player, and that's just fine. But you know who is Mick, and he's really bringing a nice presence on this song.
Try to hide my pain. The people I meet as I float down the street tell me try again. Oh, why did you go? I loved you so. Didn't you know?
Well, I'll tell you, this could really be on the radio. Honestly, this could be a hit. This version of it, as it is, really sounds fantastic. It's not empty. It's not missing anything. It doesn't have a huge sound, but it doesn't need to. It's very full without having like these big overtones or anything. I really like this.
When I remember how good it was, it makes me cry. 'Cause my life's been turned upside down, yeah.
And while Lee is just being a solid foundation on this song, as he is so good at doing, Trevor is really moving around a lot. And it's surprising how good it works for a song like this. I never would have considered the bass to be in this kind of style, for the bass to be one that would move around a lot. I would think more root notes, but he's really making something amazing out of his part. I feel like there's so many styles mixed in. Like Bernie's vocal delivery there was more like a limerick delivery would be. And then the backing vocals kind of have that gospel church choir feel to it. It's such a bizarre combination of things on top of like a country feel, but yet it all works.
Why did you go? I loved you so.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, and this part reminds me of like, a modern twist on 50s music, that sort of doo-wop type singing. Boy, this is really amazing what's all come together to make this song.
Why did you go? I loved you so.
It's very strange file encoding on this CD too, because every song has like 3 to 5 seconds of just dead air after the fade ends. It's very strange. I've never seen that much room left on a digital file before. But you know what? It is what it is. If I were listening to the album, there would just be very long pauses in between the songs for some reason. I like this. I feel like there was a missed opportunity for a really good blues guitar solo in here. Something that I think had Mick done a solo, it would have really, he's always so good at finding the place in the song, to enhance and really making it work without being over the top or cliche. I think he could have come up with a really good solo for this. So other than that, this was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. I love the sound of it. I love the production, the feel, definitely the kind of thing that I wish it was longer. It just went by so fast, but we got a great variety of things and great performances from everybody. So I really can't complain about any of that. And I think a great note to end our week on, to be honest. So I hope that you guys all have a fantastic weekend. Do something fun for yourself. And remember, take a minute to do something for somebody else. Have a great time, guys. Cheers. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Uriah Heep, the Magician's Podcast. If you have enjoyed this show, please consider going over to Apple Podcasts or your favorite podcast outlet, leaving a rating or a review. Be sure to subscribe to make sure that you are notified when new episodes are available. Please be sure to share this podcast with your fellow Uriah Heep enthusiasts and anyone who you think would like Uriah Heep, which should be everyone. And if you are so inclined, please feel free to contribute to the Patreon account. And if you are not a Patreon subscriber, you can also pay through the PayPal link on the website listed in the show links below. I would also like to thank Uriah Heep for their very generous support of the show. And thank you guys for listening. We'll see you in the next episode. Happy days!